Dre, what are you talking about? You crazy.
Heidi Z, you ignorant Beremus. What's your problem? I agree.
I disagree.
I'm just sick of it. I have to be quite honest. I wanted to do this because I love you, Mark, because I'm so sick of talking about it. I really am. Because when I looked at it, I was like, it's Mark. I'm going to do it. Because otherwise, I'm like, shit, they neither one of them put no money in my pocket, taking it away, ain't doing nothing for me. The end.
Once again, I agree to disagree right here with our two great comedians, Miss Holly and Mr. Marvin. And we're discussing the 94th Annual Academy Award ceremony where Will Smith jumped on the stage and gave Chris Rock a schmack. So, Holly, do you think about the red table talk is what we were talking about a minute ago, and Will and Jada and their family posting a lot of their business on social media through the red table talk, and because Will just finished writing a bestseller, New York Times bestseller book, Will, do you think they're giving out too much information personally about each other? Do you agree or disagree?
I absolutely agree. It's, as a celebrity, you already in the light. So any extra you given, then it's free fall to me. That's the problem with social media. Celebrities are too accessible now. You putting everything out there, but to get mad when somebody talk about it. Hey, you told me your business. I didn't know.
Marvin, question goes to you. Do you feel Will and Jada are putting too much of their family business, personal business on social media?
Agree.
And Will had a book. Will has a best-selling book. Do you agree or do you disagree?
I agree. But I also want to, say how much privacy can they have with him being the superstar, megastar he is, and with her having that type of show where the show relies on them being open and truthful. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword where they have to put these things out, and then the same thing come around and bite them in the butt. So it's kind of one of those things.
Okay, because earlier in the Academy Awards, where one of the hosts, Regina Hall, made a joke at Jada and Will in regards to their open marriage that they've publicly said to people on the Red Table Talk and I guess in other interviews too. Do you think that they took that joke well? Do you agree or do you disagree? Basically, let me just say, Regina Hall said, well, I want to see if I can go out with Will. Let me go ask Jada, is that's okay? And nobody moved.
Wow.
You didn't see that part, I guess.
No, I'm waiting for you. Yeah.
No, Holly, you're waiting. But I'm asking Marvin first. Marvin,
no.
Did you see that part?
I didn't see it. I didn't. Only thing I saw was the smack. I didn't watch the
Okay,
award.
so let me go to Holly. Because Holly, did you see what I just described when Regina Hall made the comment to Will Smith and she was talking about COVID tests and stuff like that and having to stick her tongue down certain other men, single and married artists, but she made the comment to Will saying she's going to ask Jada if it was okay if she can kiss on Will like that.
I think that was worse than the Chris Rock joke, in my opinion. In my opinion, it was 10 times worse than a Chris Rock joke. That was a dig on all the indiscretions in the relationship. To me, that was 10 times more offensive. I'm sorry. And Jada nor Will moved. Of course, I definitely wouldn't expect Will to move on that point, but Jada didn't do all that for that. So that adds a whole nother element to it. Her joke was 20 million times disrespectful, worse, all of the above.
So you agree it was a stronger joke than Chris Rock's joke in regards to G.I. Jane too. Okay.
Yeah, was it funny? It was funny. It was funny because it was a joke. But
it was in the context of other people also were brought into that joke. So do you think that may have softened the blow?
No,
No, you
no.
agree or you disagree?
I disagree because I think that she said all those other names. That was her setup to the punchline.
Okay, but you do remember, like I said, most of the stuff that they're doing on the stage is scripted in front of them. So they're reading a teleprompter. And for most people out there, when I agree to disagree, a teleprompter is a screen where most of the people, whether you're a presenter or whether you're receiving, is in front of you and it's telling you what to do, what to say, where to stand. So you don't have to, be off the top of your head. So, because Regina Hall is more an actress than a comedian, unlike Wanda Sykes, who's going to come with you with Spitfire because she's a comedian. That leads me to this next question, and I'm going to start with Holly. Now, it's been very evident that Jada Smith and Will Smith have a very open marriage, and it's pretty well documented about their indiscretions that Jada had with one of their children's friends. Do you think that builds that tension in the room at the Oscars when Chris Rock throws that joke out there? Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree that the situation with August should have fueled Will to be upset about a joke about her head. Unless she lost her hair while she was having sex with August because he was hitting it so good she got rug burns on her head, then it has nothing to do with it.
Right.
I mean,
Okay. Let me take this question and give it to Marvin. Do you think that because of their open marriage and what has been divulged from August and Jada, do you think that contributed to the tension to go after Chris Rock?
I disagree. Like Holly said, I think those are two separate incidents. And the August thing is so old. That's I think Will has dealt with that and handled that through therapy. And I just think the Chris thing was just something else, man, that triggered him. That hair thing got to him.
Okay. So I'll go one step further as we go down the path. I'm trying to show the lead of tension going up to the Oscars.
Okay.
Now, it has always been rumored that Jada Pinkett Smith and Tupac had a great friendship / relationship. None of us really know because Tupac's not around to say his part or not say his part. Here's my question, and I'm going to start with Holly. If Jada Pinkett Smith was married to Tupac Shakur, and he was up for an Academy Award for Best Actor, no matter what the movie was, and with all the tension between, say, Jada, Tupac, and Chris, do you think Tupac would have jumped on that stage and gone after Chris Rock? Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree. Tupac would not have done anything at that Oscars. Now, their car after the Oscars may have had a lot of bullet holes in it, but he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have done that. He would not, because Tupac had his thug life, but he ain't dumb. And he would not, because first of all, he knows he wouldn't even get one toe up on the stage for LAPD looking for a reason to bum rush him. But no,
Okay.
even still, he would not have. He would have handled it. Trust me. After, or
Well,
he may he may have had the good sense to realize it was a joke and just brush it off and then diss him on the next song he did.
Because we're speaking hypothetically, the only thing truth that I can bring to the Tupac story is being a host of Yo MTV Raps Today with my partner Ed Lover and Tupac on our show, actually explaining his assault of the Hughes brothers and Ed having to shut him up so it couldn't be used in a court and telling him you better be careful because that's exactly what happened to him and he was charged. So let's bring the question back to Marvin. Hypothetically, if Jada Pinkett is married to Tupac, he's up for an Academy Award for Best Actor. And Chris Rock, and there's tension amongst them like this. Do you think Tupac would have jumped on the stage and gone after Chris Rock?
I think so. That Tupac that we seen and we knew, he would have definitely got at him. But here's what I would say. I think Jada would have protected Tupac or tried to stop him or tried to grab him because she loved him so much. she wouldn't have allowed him like she allowed Will to walk up there and smack that man. I do think she would have grabbed Tupac, like, no, Pac, don't do this. But Pac
Thank
going
you.
on stage. He's
You
doing
just
that.
led to my next I agree to disagree question. Do you think, and this we'll start up Marvin. We'll start with Marvin. Do you think Jada Pinkett should have grabbed Will and stopped him from going up that stage? Do you agree or do you disagree?
Yes, I agree. She should have stopped him because he is defending and honoring you. Like, this is all happening because whether she likes the joke or feel a certain way about the joke. So she was Chris Rock's only line of defense. And once he got past her, nobody could say that, boy. And she should have did something. She should have did everything in her power to stop our robot from walking up there and smacking that man.
That's a good one. Okay, Holly, the question goes to you. Do you think Jada Pinkett should have stood up and stopped Will from walking up those stairs?
Absolutely.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree that she should have. Absolutely. I got a friend. She was like, I would have tackled my man if I had to. Like, first of all, my look would have been, you bet not embarrass me. But yes, she should have jumped. She should have stopped him. But she didn't even console him when it was over. It was Denzel and Tyler Perry consoling him, and Bradley Cooper. She was sitting up and looking like a bowl of split pig soup, just sitting content.
Oh, so you're split on the 50-50 road too about this, which leads me to this question. I'm not trying to take a side. I'm trying to get opinion what you have about it. Do you agree or disagree that Jada Pinkett Smith has a lot of control over Will Smith?
Me?
That would be Holly. Yes, still Holly.
I disagree that she has control over him. In that.
So you as a woman and a comedian, and she's moving her neck and bobbing her eyes and rolling her eyes. That's not control.
I don't.
She didn't point a finger and say, "Go get Chris." She just gave the look and the face.
See, I don't think it's a control thing. I think it was a bunch of ego.
Well, what I'm saying, okay, let me soften it. Not control. She had their relationship is based on love. Because in his acceptance speech, he says we do crazy things for love. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Because I think that neck rolling and eye rolling was very controlling. But go ahead.
Okay, you can use the word controlling. I want to say threatening, maybe not like
instigating. Can I change it to instigating?
Instigating, very
there
much.
You go.
He's very much an instigator. Very much. Have you seen a meme going around where it says Tupac would have shot him? Have y'all seen that meme when she was like? So yes, I think she was very instigating. Absolutely, 100%. He was laughing first. He was laughing, and then she got to doing all of that. And 2 seconds later, like Marvin said, he up there, our robot up on the stage.
Well,
come on,
he
man.
honestly, to me, he was more Hancock than I Robot.
Yeah, because he was walking slow. You're right, because he was doing that slow Hancock.
He was definitely Hancock. So Marvin,
Yeah.
The question goes to you. Does Jada Pinkett Smith have too much influence or instigated the situation?
From reading Will's book, and he said himself, he has, since he's known Jada, he's always been searching for her approval. And through that, there was one incident where he was searching and trying to get her approval, man. And that's dangerous when you're with someone and trying to always please them in any way, shape, or form. And I agree, she do, because nothing he does for her is right, no matter what he do. And he said in his book, he buy her a house, she don't like it, he do this. So he's always trying to get her approval. And when you date someone like that, you'll do anything to please this person. And Jada know that, she knows that she got him wrapped around her finger. And yeah,
Holly, I like Marvin's answers. He's catching up and getting a little stronger than you. But that leads me to this question, and we got one more for I agree to disagree. Do you believe that Jada Pinkett Smith has let the memory of Tupac separate her marriage from Will Smith. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Can I go first?
Yes, this was Marvin. Still you, still Marvin.
Hell yes. The way she talk. Listen, man, you cannot sit around your husband and talk about a relationship, about your ex, and the way she still talk about Tupac been dead like 25, 26 years. She talks about him like she got kids with him. Like, come on, Jada. Like he was on one episode of what was the
Different
show?
world. Different world.
And you claim y'all never slept together.
That
And
part.
to have this more so relationship with him and you, man, that made Will Smith crazy. You got the biggest Hollywood star in the world. And you're talking about Tupac? Like, come on, man.
Her passion for Tupac is outweighing her love for her husband. Especially, you got to read the book, Will, everybody. Take the time out. It's worth the 16 hours, and you may get a better insight to what Will Smith and who he is. And let's throw the question now at Holly. Do you believe the memory of Tupac is dividing the marriage to Will Smith with Jada Pinkett?
Absolutely. And all I can say is I hope I find somebody in my life that laid a pipe that good that I'm still thinking about them 30 years after they gone. Like, he got her mesmerized. Yes, absolutely. Like, she wants a thug. She really does. Like, Will got all these accolades and all this money and all of this and that. But at the end of the day, it's about that connection. Like, her and Will could never, ever get that connection like she had with Tupac, because I get it. Like, I was saying, to do it in New York, like, that's the kind of connection, like, you can't, some people, nobody will ever break it. Will won't. And that's, I think, why he's so insecure, because he is competing with a ghost. Like, he is competing with a ghost.
Oh, he's in Whoopi Goldberg now. He's in Ghost. We've got a lot of movies.
Yeah, now he in Ghost.
He's a ghost. Wait a minute.
He absolutely is like 23rd to Tupac, if you want to be honest about it. Like, I feel bad for Will in that sense. It's like nothing he can do will ever compare. Ever.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So first, I'm gonna go to Marvin. Marvin, tell everybody where they can see you performing coming up, and because I know you're in Chicago, but where else are you gonna be? Before I go to my last, I agree to disagree question.
Actually, this weekend I'm here in Chicago at Riddles. Coco Brown is headlining. I'm hosting.
Did you say Doodle Brown?
Coco Brown. You know, it is a comedian named Doodle Brown, right?
I know. That's why I'm just
right.
I'm telling jokes. Look, it's my turn to tell a joke.
Coco Brown in Chicago. Four shows, 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow. Gotcha. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Marvin Phipps. Follow me. I follow back. That's it, bro.
Okay, thank you, Marvin. Still, there's one more big question. Holly, you're in LA. You're bi-coastal, and I'm gonna tell you, if you want that Tupac kind of love, you're going to come over and see the doctor, because I do make house calls. Anyway.
Hey.
Anyway, where are you?
Wait a minute, do you make house calls? But hold on, do you make house calls enough that you can, like, rub my head bald, like you can hit it till I'm bald like Tupac did with Jada?
Let me explain something to you. An examination by me will change your lifestyle. Ouch.
Wow.
Expedia. Alexa, can you get Expedia for me? Give me a red out of New York. Yeah.
There you go. But let's find out where you're performing, so everybody out there who's paying attention to us here. But I agree to disagree. Holly, let everybody know where you're performing, please.
If you're in LA, I'll be at Sunset Grill on Wednesday, 9 p.m. for the show. And honestly, I don't have the list of any other shows for this week, but I got a podcast that I'm bringing back, a live stream podcast called A Hidden Gem of Hilarity with Holly. That's back April 27th on Facebook, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Yay.
Can I be a guest?
I would love for you to be a guest. Quit playing with me. Send me your information on ID. Quit playing with me.
Well, I hope I get invited to be a guest. So
send me your information too. I ain't playing.
Look, you can get that through Mr. B. I'm not hard to find. I'm on Instagram at Dr. Dre 39. That's DOCTOR 39 on Instagram and on Twitter. I am not hidden. I am out there doing what's needed to be done. And my new podcast is I'm laying pipe like Tupac, because a ghost can make it come. Anyway, do you agree or disagree that we should forgive Will Smith, not for the violence, but just to forgive Will? Real quick, I agree or disagree?
I agree. We should always forgive anybody that's hurting, and that man is obviously hurting.
Thank you. Marvin, same question. Do you agree or disagree we should forgive Will Smith, not for the violence, but just to forgive him?
Agree. Will Smith has been a stand-up guy all these years. One blemish don't hurt him. We forgive you, Will. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so happy and pleased that I've been on doing I Agree to Disagree with two incredible comedians giving their opinion about the 94th Annual Academy Awards confrontation with Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Chris Rock. Thank you. My name is Dr. Dre, your humble correspondent. See you next time on I Agree to Disagree.
Woohoo!
Are we okay, Mr. B?
Yeah, that was good. It's about to cut off in about a couple seconds. Only got one thing, a couple things to say. Marvin, good job, sir. Dre, good job, sir. Miss Logan, I wasn't invited to this podcast we have. So
I knew it was gonna get you.
Listen, Mark, I got your info.
I wasn't invited, but that's all right. That's all right.
Dre, what are you talking about? You crazy.
Heidi Z, you ignorant beremus. What's your problem? I agree.
I disagree.